Such peaceful music. It'd be a shame if I cut during this. Don't worry, we will. To yours? Probably not, but hey, you never know. Alright, let's head on over to the South Station. And while doing so, we'll do a couple of little side objectives. Or rather, a side objective. I'm not sure there's anything else after one certain thing. I hear Griblets. Did I just say Griblets? A gremlin. Or maybe a Niblet.
Hey, are you ready to tell me more about your friend? His story's pretty intriguing.
Oh, you're back. I knew you couldn't stay away forever. I wager you're dying to hear the rest of my friend's story. Now, where were we? Oh, right. He'd gotten transferred to a department that handled big stories and was given a huge one himself. It was a bribery case in Yusnan. The woman suspected of the crime held quite a high position in the order.
Corruption at the very top of the church hierarchy, huh? Sounds like a pretty big story, all right.
It was indeed. Quite scandalous, actually. My friend pursued the case with a vengeance and published articles about it every day to keep the public informed of the facts. The woman was subjected to heavy criticism. A little too much, in fact. Turns out my friend was right about one thing. The saying is true. The pen is mightier than the sword. Unable to cope, she killed herself.
That must have been tragic for your friend. But he simply told the truth, that's all.
Well, the real tragedy is what followed. Shortly after her death, a document was uncovered. This document provided invaluable evidence in the case. It exonerated her of her crime. She was innocent.
So the articles written by your friend drove an innocent person to take her own life?
Yes, and he couldn't bear such a burden. I mean, who could? I'll have to tell you the rest of the story at another time.
I'm curious what story he wrote that was so bad to make a person kill himself. It's pretty gruesome when you think about it. But, again, Final Fantasy, what are you gonna do? Now, one thing I'm gonna do real quick, as I'm just realizing this, I'm gonna train out one of these abilities. Yeah, probably this one, seeing as it has the most ATB for my good old Thundara, as my sources are just providing me. That's something that actually would help later on. It's a little minor difference, nothing big. But you'll probably see a big difference when we get to, well, you know, I think we're already done everything in here, so might as well just tell you guys. If you remember from last session, I said we were going to the Dead Dunes. That's why I had the certain themed schemata. But now the time has come. We're going to be going to our third location. And probably most people it's the hardest location, seeing as it is, you know, overrun with Gurren-Gatches and goblets and all. Probably won't know what any of those are, but you'll figure out soon enough. Time to take to the station. Yes, we will. I'll be heading to the Dead Dunes, which is an hour away. Either way, it won't make much of a difference here and there. But now it is time to get going. A most deadly game. In the world I knew, aging was the thing to fear, a herald of coming death. I'm sure that many people must have felt they would give anything to never grow old. But in a world where exactly that has happened, everyone has realized the truth. Sooner or later, an endless life without goals and without change becomes mired in apathy. Then there is nothing left but fleeting thrills, and if those thrills can only be found by risking your life in a mad game, then so be it. Such a death is not easy or peaceful, but still they clamored for it. They certainly did. And guess what? Most of them ended up dying. So that's a thing.
This stop, Dead Dunes.
Completely and utterly barren. Go figure. All just a desert horror. The Dead Dunes. And when I see this little annotation, I think of Agrabah. More specifically, Agrabah from Sonic and the Secret Rings. It's a little minor reference, but hey. Alright. Oh, whoops. Habit. The first thing I'm gonna do here is once I get a thing popping up. Oh, new destination available. There's that. That's great. But one thing I want to do real quick, create myself a new save file, because should I mess up on any of this, I am not going back to redo the recording. I'm sorry, that's just not how I roll. But here we are, Dead Dunes, new location, a lot of stuff to explore, and probably going to be the result of a lot of cutting and editing.
I'm afraid that this is your stop.
Yeah, it's a
Excuse me,
shame.
Lady, do you mind if I have a word with you?
Yes?
Well, this is a shock. A tourist?
You could say that.
Hate to break it to you, but there's nothing worth seeing in this desert. There are some ruins out there, but they ain't the type that any decent folks should go to.
Why not? Are they dangerous?
They're just breeding grounds for monsters. Well, that and home to some legendary treasure or something. The vessel that'll summon the souls of the dead and open the door to the afterlife. They call it the Holy Clavis.
Summon souls, you said? That's promising.
Ah, bunch of nonsense if you ask me. Not that the bandits or the Order will ever give up on it, though. They've been searching for that thing forever. I don't recommend diving into those ruins for some fairy tale. Not if you don't want those bandits on your back for invading their territory.
Thanks for the warning.
But I'm pretty sure we can take care of some bandits. I think we can take care of a bunch of them.
Headquarters and see what they know. I'm sure they'll have information about the ruins and...
Sounds like a good idea. Here we have a sticky note there. The warp point hasn't been used in over 100 years. Activate for use. Anonymous. Wink wink and nudge nudge. Sculpture reacts to the Savior's power. Here in the Dead Dunes, because of how expansive it is, you have warp points, like in Final Fantasy XIII-2. Throughout the Dead Dunes, you will find red cactuar statues that are thought to have been left behind by some ancient civilization. When lightning touches one, it is activated as a warp machine. You can use these statues to warp to other locations which lightning has already activated. Whenever you find a red cactuar statue, remember to have lightning investigate it. And believe me, that is something big.
This is
Really
a real
big.
fool's errand. I came in with a head full of dreams, but empty of sense. Thought I'd start a new market in the desert. And just look at me now. Hey, are you part of Monoculus? Not that it matters to me. Buy something, would you?
Well, I don't know what a monoculus is, but I'll buy something. Because here, you can get Passion Rouge, a garb for battle tactician who creates weaknesses in her enemies. It increases the wearer's resistance to status ailments. It comes with D-Protect and D-Shell, so if you want to get these early on, by all means grab it. Dust and Shadow, on the other hand, it just has a little 2 guard, but it does the same thing when it comes to resistance to status ailments, so I don't really worry about it that much. Especially since we have Heavy Guard at this point in the game, and Meta Guard of all things. So, it's just a little thing if you want to complete your collection. As for Passion Rouge, I'm not going to be using that for a while.
After all, why would anyone choose to live in a place like this without a good and lucrative...
I don't know, you tell me. Okay, anyway. Now this place is very expensive. You get yourself ruins upon ruins.
Into that clavis for you. Apparently it's an artifact that's thought capable of drawing the souls of the dead to it. That's about all we know. It seems the Order has been trying hard to recover the relic. In recent years, they've dispatched several parties of seculars to the desert.
But they haven't had any luck, right? It seems like
Yeah.
the Order isn't the only one interested either. The bandits also want it.
Yeah,
Yes,
they are.
the bandits that call this desert home. They make a living by taking what they can from the ruins and selling their finds.
Are they bandits or grave robbers? I don't know how much this clavis is worth, but if it can be used to gather souls, it sounds pretty handy for a savior.
Yes, it's the only artifact of its type in the world. If the Order is
Oh.
willing to spend so many resources searching for it, it's probably worth finding.
Okay.
Then.
For a second I thought that was an Earth Eater and kind of freaked out a bit. But here we have some Gurn-Gatches. Like I said earlier, this place littered with them. But they're really the main source of you being able to get through this area. For you see, there's a certain gimmick in this area which I won't get into right now, but basically, you will want to keep your time very steady when in this area. Especially when you get to the second half of the main quest. Now, whenever you have any EP, use it for cross-stasis should you have to. And I say, should you have to, I mean the minute that the cross-stasis wears off.
Time to repent.
Because you will want to make sure that time stands still in this area. Now with these guys, you pretty much fight them, they give you 2 EP as we demonstrated earlier, good for filling up 2 cross-stasises. And since they are littered all over the place, you shouldn't have to worry about running out cross-stasis anytime at all, unless you have to use Kiraga or anything. But yeah, that's the main point of this game. Or this area, anyway. Now let's see here if I remember. Oh, we're not even close to it. I feel like an idiot. Oh, just like that, cross-stasis is over. Time to use it up. So yeah, we're going to be using this a lot throughout this area as well. And then just going to be finding a bunch of Gurn-Gatches to fill my EP. And ooh, actually, hello Goblet. Haven't seen you in a while. I think I'll fight you. Because there's only one of you and I'd like to get an ailment on here. Now, Belch. Gives you poison, Nectar Mark II. This gives you slow, but this guy isn't too much of a worry word. Now one thing to keep in mind is, this guy is easily to stagger if you hit him with wind attacks. He can be staggered by anything but wind tends to do the most damage. So that's why I have all those arrow abilities put together, and what that does I do not know. Well, either way. Goodbye.
Better get ready for the next fight.
Not too scared of that. And there you go. Nectar Mark II. Good gone. Alright. Next location can move very high upward.
As you can see, there are no roads in the desert. It's all up to you to find a way.
No!
I'm in the middle of the desert looking for a lost treasure, and you can't help me.
Can't be helped. I've hit a wall. The lack of information on that clavis is almost unnatural. I don't know if the information has just been lost in time, or if someone has purposefully concealed it. The end result is the same. There's nothing to be found.
In other words, we're on our own. Yeah, thanks, Hope. And oh, no, not again. You guys know how badly I hate Sahagins? These ones are the worst of all time.
The bandit gang's base. They should know something about the clavis, considering how much time they've spent in the ruins.
Oh, I think something.
But be careful if you go in there.
What is that? Is that Gurn-Gatch? I freaking saw this coming, honestly. There's no way a monster besides a Gurn-Gatch, besides that thing, actually runs that fast. Anyway, the Sahagins, hate them with a passion, especially during the daytime, when they are underground and easy to attack you. They're also, for Xbox 360 players, the reason that this whole game has a bad frame rate when in this area in combat. Yeah, they're that bad. Seriously. Now you I'll kill, because I need any and all EP. Give it to me. Whoa. Where did the Sahagin come from? Like legit, where did that thing come from? I'm trying to avoid you. Go away, you little jack. But yeah, there you can see. Bad frame rate with this guy. So much sand, so much pain. It hurts my eyes just watching the frame rate go to dust. And that's no pun intended. This guy is that awful. What's worse is, on the PlayStation 3 version, I did not have this issue. Why is this a thing? Why even? And the only way I can actually stagger him is by letting him rush me. Just rush him, block him on contact. And by that I mean the moment he does rush, you got it. Come on, hit me. There you go. Please die before or anything else gets worse in here. But yeah, the PlayStation 3 version, this issue is non-existent.
Back to the chaos.
And if you remember, loading issues were a bad thing for me on the PlayStation version. And this just adds another reason why I hate these guys. Go figure.
There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well,
No!
considering how they've been tracking me, I don't...
Activate! Basically, when you have a crux, the moment it reacts to the crux, the sandstorm begins to weaken.
So,
Another good mechanic of this game. Or area. Whatever, I don't know.
It's as though they've been keeping an eye on you.
Yeah!
As you set foot in their desert.
Let them. We'll meet face to face soon enough.
Goblets!
Whatever
Alright.
happens, I have to win.
There's that. There's these guys in the freaking Earth Eaters. Earth Eaters are the devils of this area. Even worse than Sahagin. Not because of frame rate issues, but because of the fact of how much HP they have and how much damage they deal. They can be considered mini-bosses of the area, and they are not something you want to triumph against. You just don't want to deal with them. Yeah, hit me all you want. Hit me with your best shots. Oh, by the way, unlike the Niblets, these guys do not get staggered by a simple flame. You have to actually do the damage before they can actually be staggered. And that takes some time. Come on! Flame! Ba-da-da! Screw you! Obtained an arithmometer. Could be helpful for side quests later on.
The arithmometer?
Also a skeleton note. Our group leader was attacked by a monster. One by one I saw my friends get killed. I'll probably be next, but I am thankful for one thing. My husband Raymond is not here with me. I know he will go on to become the world's best merchant. I love you, Raymond. I always will. Let that sink in. And just remember that for later on. But anyway, you come over here. A new feature. And you probably saw these earlier, the treasure spheres that can be opened for EP. Treasure spheres that are wrapped in rings of light contain tempting items that Luna has collected, but opening them will consume some EP. Wonderful! You can see how much EP will be consumed by the number of rings encircling the treasure spheres. There are 3 different levels. Spheres with 1 ring will require 2 EP, open those with maximum of 3, steal 6 EP, etc, etc. Basically, save your EP for this. And this, I'm going to be used. We have 5 EP, this will consume 4 of it, but it's going to be worth it because inside of it, a silk scarf is contained. And now I'm just going to go over to Cyber here. Actually, no. I give this to Dragoon because of this. And now everyone has balanced ATB. We just null and voided the whole reduce ATB thing. So yeah, that helps. Very good if you have it later on. It would actually help with Purple Lightning if we needed it, but this is good as the way it is. ATB recovery is going to be massive in here. But now we're almost out of EP. For the Lord's sake, please let Gurren Gatch appear. Gorgon opposite, I'll take it. I'll take it, honestly. But yeah, if you're lucky, a lot of Gorgon Gatches should show up. You should be able to fill up your EP easily. If you get lucky, in which case you get to the last one, I wish you the best of luck. Lance it, lance it, lance it. Boop! Reminds me of Cloud's pose from Final Fantasy VII. I actually got poisoned from that. Wonderful. Now please, there's that. Please, Gurren Gatch, show up for me. Please, I need you now more than ever. Not the Chocobo Eater. No! No! F you! Go away! No one likes you! Like, literally, no one! But yeah, I want nothing to do with those guys. Like, ever. Never. It's over my dead body. Bhakti's oil. Spoiler alert for quests later on. Gonna hit this? Organ opposite. Why can't you be Gorengach? Why is it the one time I want Gorengachs, there are none to be found? I don't understand the illogicalness of this. Handy hunting helps. Spot near the sandstorm by the lighthouse, a mysterious beast. Spot near the ocean, multiple lizards. Senior advisor Adonis. Not helpful. Really isn't.
Right. You're very near to the bandit
Oh,
settlement.
don't go opposite. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
You don't
Holding down the Y button because I can, because I need it, because I want some EP. I'm that desperate. Don't judge me.
I can win with a single blow.
Oh, now it goes
You
off.
can't break
Okay.
me down.
Well, he's Shire, so that's a thing. Blood! Alright, here's the gun. Yeah, gun. Okay, in here. Earth Eater notes. For when you do have to fight him and you have no idea how to beat him. Which I don't remember. Actual? Yo, come on! What is this? Ah! Jeez! That? What the heck? You freaking... Oh, that scared me half-witless. Oh my gosh.
settlement now. I'm sure
Oh,
but I wouldn't let you
that
forget if I were
scared me.
you. I would guess that everyone
Like
was
you
there as
won't
part of the
believe.
gang.
If you haven't heard the scream from me in a while, that should do the trick.
Fine by me. It'd give me an excuse to beat some information out of him.
You'd use yourself as bait? Just for that? I guess that's just like...
Yeah, it's like us. Now, before we proceed onward, I'll get use these up. Because I am low. Go out, grab that.
I don't barter. You got that?
Well, F you too, buddy. Really. Talk about disrespect. Alright. That takes care of that.
The sourpuss. You don't have a complaint about my fine assortment now, do you?
It's good enough, I suppose.
Go on! I don't need some uppity tourists making demands. Go somewhere else if you don't like my wares. Go on, get!
If you insist, I will. You're not the only merchant around.
That's where you're wrong, Missy. Far as I know, this is the only shop in the desert. There was
As
one other
you know?
fella, but he couldn't cut it. Lost all his drive to sell out here. When that happens, well, that's the same as death to a salesman.
So, what made him give up?
Damn fool. He bet his dreams on the desert, that's what. Poor old Ramon. He thought he'd make a real name for himself out here, selling to adventurers. But in the end, he lost sight of his dream, and his business.
Sounds good for you, though he doesn't seem like he was much of a rival anyway.
Shut it! You don't know the first thing about him!
Didn't mean to offend you. What's there to get so worked up about anyway?
Really?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just like you say. He was nothing at all. It's not like he'd ever been a threat to my business anyway. No, not Ramon. I'm done talking about him. If you want to know more, ask him yourself. You'll find him near that old camp at the giant sandbox.
Alright, fine.
Strange guy, wasn't he?
We will.
But if he's really the only one around like he says, then I guess you'll have to count on him for help. The
Oh,
buildings here are
relax, he's not the
ancient
only
structures
one.
from another age. I don't know whether to call this a town or a fortress, but it's definitely unique.
What are you doing?
That's true.
Nothing much, just gilling my spots for hall to ear. Dutter
What?
do youing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
English,
Seems to me
please?
like it's some kind of code or cipher, but but I don't have enough data yet to break it.
Can't you speak normally?
Show knit. Of course I can. Look, I don't have any info about any treasure if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffet to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Meath B. Lee. The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
So, sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Well, yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother? No matter how much I might unravel mysteries of the past, none of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troen even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched all my equipment in the desert. If you find any of my old things, they're yours. Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Fake them, Ten.
It's a big desert, you know. Do you really expect to find his things out there in the middle of nowhere?
I'd better be able
Yes.
to. After running my mouth like that.
Which is not something you do that often. Let's see, how long are we going into this? We're an hour in. Alright, we'll begin the... You know what? Since we're on the press for time... come on! Ay.
Why, hello. Looks like it's your first time to our humble home. Welcome. Do you need a guide?
That's exactly what I need. That and some answers to a few questions I have.
A woman who knows what she wants. Fire away and I'll do my best.
Rumor has it that you bandits might be able to tell me about the Holy Clavis.
So you know who we are. From what I can tell, you don't look like one of those order lackeys, so what possible use could you have for the Clavis?
Why should I have to tell you that?
You shouldn't, and you don't. You're not one of us, so you can do whatever you want, but I won't be telling you nothing. If you want to know what we know about the Clavis, you'll just have to join our gang, Monoculus. Have you ever wanted to be a bandit? Now's your chance. Not that we let just anyone join us. But we'll at least let you try out. If you don't like that, then I think you know where the exit is. And that's all I've got to say about this. Name's Adonis, by the way. If you want to attempt the trial, just say the word. I'll explain everything you need to know.
If you want to
got
find
it.
the Holy Clavis, it looks like there might not be much choice but joining up.
You ready to see if you've got what it takes to join Monoculus?
No.
Then you know where the
Not,
exit is.
not yet.
I don't feel right asking you to join a bandit gang, but you will need their help if you want to explore the ruins.
I
The
know,
bandits are
Hope.
clever, and they're protective. They'll be watching you. I wonder who's in control around here. They seem pretty well organized.
I bet. Anyway, we're an hour in. I've had enough scares for one day, and we're out of EP. This is not something that should happen. So, next session, I'm gonna try and get all my EP back. Make sure I get back into the regular swing of things like I did with the PlayStation 3 version. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching this session of Final Fantasy Lightning Returns. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure to leave your likes and comments down below. Share this video to your friends, and of course, if you're new here to the channel and want to see Lightning Returns as it comes out daily, don't forget to subscribe here to the channel. And until next time, this is Smiling4 signing out. Have a great rest of your day, take care, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more Lightning Returns, and, pray to Belza that I don't get so easily jump scared again. Or maybe pray that I do get jump scared again, just for you guys. But anyway, I'll see you guys then.